Good evening, everyone. Wow, it is so amazing to look out at this crowd. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. The school has weathered the storm, and I have to say that I think we weathered it quite well. And this class has had a journey over the last 2 years, as we all have. And I could not be more thrilled for the class of 2022 to have the experience of performing live on the Ellis Glover stage, the very first class to ever do so. First live 8th grade performance, not in 2 years, but in 3 years. So it has not been since 2019 that we had an 8th grade class performing a musical on this stage. So it's pretty awesome. So let's hear it for that. My first time up here, so I'm a little nervous. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Nancy Schuler, and I am the head of the school, which I am still getting used to saying, only the third head of Westminster School in our 60-year history. This is our 60th anniversary, so let's hear it for that. Diamond Jubilee, and so much to celebrate. So there couldn't be a better senior class than this one to launch us into this next era for Westminster School. It is thrilling, truly, to see all of you in this audience. This theater has not been full in such a long time, and it's just, I can't believe it. I walked in tonight and it was empty, and just walking into the empty theater with the seats out was exciting. But to look out there and see all of you is really thrilling, and we're so grateful to you for coming out and supporting this class who has worked so hard. So I have just a few reminders for all of us who are a little out of practice at being at our Westminster Theater, especially our students who really have not even had a school assembly. So you can imagine that our kindergartners, our first graders, they've never been to an assembly yet. We haven't had one. We haven't had a school assembly. So we have some young children here tonight who've never had a chance to be in the theater and watch a show with a full audience. So this is a new territory for them. So I want to make a few points and a few reminders about our beautiful theater that we want to take good care of. And that is that once the show begins, please, students, we ask that you stay in your seats. Okay? There will be an intermission. And if you have gum in your mouth, that needs to be removed. So take it out of your mouth and take it to the trash can and throw it away now, please, because I see some people chewing. There's no gum in the theater. Please put it in a little wrapper and tuck it away, and that goes for the adults as well. These seats that you're sitting in are in beautiful condition, and one of the reasons is that we have no drink, no food, and no gum chewing in our theater, so we ask that you please respect that. Also, there is no flash photography tonight. We ask that you please not pull out your cell phones and your tablets and film. It's very distracting to the actors and also to the other people in the audience. As you can see, we have a very high-tech, very large lens camera that is focused on me now, making me nervous. And another camera up there, so we'll be getting a wide angle and plenty of close-ups, both photos and video, and that will be made available to anyone who's interested. So please refrain from pulling out your cell phone. And while we're on the subject of that, please also silence your phones. The phones do interfere with the sound that we have. We have a great sound system here in the theater, and it's very sensitive, so if you could please make sure that your phones are off and away, that would be excellent. And for our students, we ask that you please put your programs under your seats so that they are not distracting you during the performance. We will have an intermission. For those of you who have been here to the theater before, you know that traditionally we have a book fair going on. But this year, we were not able to get the book fair launched in time for the show, so it's going to be in May instead. So no book fair during intermission, but there will be an intermission, and you will have a chance to wander out into the lobby and out into the colonnade, get some fresh air, have some nice refreshments. I want to remind our students that, of course, we're at the theater. Even though you are at home, we are at the theater, and that means that we saunter. We saunter when we walk out. We don't run. We don't race. And we don't take more than we should at the refreshment table. All right? So please be polite and remember your manners and say your pleases and your thank yous. When you come, before you go for intermission, we will have a raffle. We may have it, I don't know if we're having it before you leave or when you come back. We will launch our door prizes and we'll find out who wins our wonderful prizes that we have. And I think that's it. I want to thank you all for dressing up so nicely. This is practice for you. We want you to know that when you go to the theater, it's appropriate for you to dress up. It is out of respect for the performers, and it's also a lot of fun. And we haven't had a chance to dress up in a really long time. So I want to thank all of you who did that, and the students who all look great. Wonderful to see some alumni here tonight. That makes us so happy. In fact, I'd like our alumni who are here this evening to stand up. Could you stand up, please? Your Westminster graduates. That includes me, by the way. I would also like to recognize and thank some of our board members and former board members who are with us tonight. And even though she's not a former board member, she's a legend. So I'm including Mrs. O'Drudy. I'd like all of our board members and former board members to stand up this evening, please. And Mrs. Sullivan. Sultana was a music teacher here for 27, 30 years. So Drudy was a Latin teacher here for 37 years. They both have a plaque in the hallway. They deserve to be recognized. And of course, our board members serve the school on a volunteer basis. So we thank them for being here always to support us. All right, without further ado, I am going to introduce you to our director, who is not Ellis Glover for the first time, Susan Glacier.
Because we've got some very excited people backstage. But I do want to express thanks to all of you for your support in coming out tonight, but many of you have supported us in so many other ways. All of the parents and the cast members have really made sacrifices to make sure that the students had everything they need in this experience. We are sitting in the Ellis Glover Theater because that gentleman founded the drama program at Westminster School and grew it and developed it and directed so many outstanding performances over the years. I was fortunate enough to be his assistant for many of those years, and I learned a tremendous amount about theater, about directing, about managing the children, and I just hope that what we do tonight honors his legacy as it should. Just a couple of notes about Westminster Theater. Some of you may not know that we have two separate casts. Out of only 22 eighth graders, we have two casts. So some of the major performers, the major roles that you'll see tonight, those individuals tomorrow night will be playing probably minor roles and doing a lot of backstage work, and vice versa. So someone who's just lurking in the shadows on stage tonight will be a big star tomorrow night. So if you haven't bought your tickets for tomorrow night, you might want to do that. Come back and see it. This show, of course, also requires some guest performers from younger grades. And I just want to say to the parents of the Von Trapp children that they have been amazing. They have been so dedicated, so cooperative, and just were delightful to work with. And you're going to see the results tonight. So thank you for that. I do want to emphasize again that the students themselves are carrying all the backstage responsibilities. So all the set changes, everything that happens that you're going to see, just keep in mind that they are doing that along with performing. You know, this story, you're all familiar with The Sound of Music, but I just wanted to note that it does take place during a very dark period of history when the Germans took over the country of Austria in the Anschluss in 1938, 39, and leading up to World War II. So of necessity, our show includes some Nazis, symbols of that movement, swastikas, which is the kind of thing that I think makes many of us nervous or uncomfortable just to see. But I just want to assure you or to remind you that in theater we often have to portray the dark forces at play in the world. Those are often what bring out, as it is in the story tonight, the courage and strength of the people who stand up against it. And we certainly had those discussions with the 8th grade. And trust me, they had no difficulty recognizing certain parallels between the story and things that are going on in the world today. So that's in their hearts as well. And I think that you will be moved by their being moved by the story they're telling you. Finally, I just want to say that not every performance is dedicated here because there are so many people to honor, but the class of 2022 and the directors of this play have dedicated it to Mrs. Nancy Schuler as our new head of school because she has been so devoted to the well-being of this class, helping them out in so many ways, advocating for their high school placement, teaching them, making sure that they had the proper field trips for them, that they could have every experience that a Westminster graduate should have, up to and including a live stage performance. And we are grateful, Mrs. Schuler. It's only left for me to say that Westminster School's class of 2022 proudly presents Rodgers and Hammerstein's The Sound of Music.
When my heart is whole. I think we should be pleased with our efforts. Out of 28 postulants, 16 or 17 are ready to enter the novitiate. Now, let's consider the doubtful ones again. There's Ermengarde.
Reverend Mother, there's no doubt about Ermengarde. Religious life is no place for the pious.
I believe you mean the pretentiously pious, Sister Berta. There's Christina, and there's Maria.
Well, after last night, I don't think there can be any doubt in the Reverend Mother's mind about Maria.
I gave her permission to leave the Abbey for the day.
I told you, Sister Berta.
I know she was out late, but I did give her permission. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Ave!
Reverend Mother, I brought Maria. She's waiting.
Sister Sophia, the mistress of the postulants and the mistress of the novices do not see eye to eye about Maria. How do you feel about her?
Oh, I love her very dearly, but she always seems to be in trouble, doesn't she?
Exactly what I say. She climbs a tree, she scrapes her knee, her dress is got its hair.
She waltzes on her way to mass and whistles on the stair.
And underneath the wimple she has curlers in her hair.
I've even heard her singing in the Abbey,
She's always late for chapel,
but her penitence is real.
she's always late for everything except for every meal. I hate to have to say it, but I very firmly feel
Maria's not an asset to the Abbey. I'd like to say a word on her
Then
behalf.
say it, Sister Margareta.
Maria makes me laugh. How do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? How do you find a word that means Maria?
a liberty gibbet.
A will-o'-the-wisp clown. Many a thing you know you'd like to tell her. Many a thing she ought to understand. But how do you make her stay and listen to all you say? How do you keep a wave upon the sand? Oh, how do you solve a problem like Maria?
How do you hold a moonbeam in your hand?
When I'm with her, I'm confused, out of focus and bemused, and I never know exactly where I am.
Unpredictable as weather, she's as flighty as a feather.
She's a darling,
She's a demon.
she's a lamb. She'll all pester any pest, drive a hornet from its nest.
She can throw a whirling dervish out of world.
She is gentle, she is wise. She's a riddle, she's a child.
She's a headache.
She's an angel,
She's a girl.
How do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? How do you find a word that means Maria?
A liberty gibbet.
A will-o'-the-wisp clown. Many a thing you know you'd like to tell her. Many a thing she ought to understand. But how do you make her stay and listen to all you say?
just...
Now, my children, I think I should talk to Maria instead of about her. I'm grateful to you all. Ave! Come here, Maria. Sit down, Maria. I want to talk to you.
Yes, about last night, Reverend Mother. I was on my knees most of the night because I was late. And after you've been so kind and given me permission to leave.
It wasn't about your being late, Maria.
I must have awakened half the Abbey before Sister Margareta heard me and opened the gate.
Maria, very few of us were asleep. We could only think that you had lost your way. And to be lost at night on that mountain?
Reverend Mother, that's my mountain. I was brought up on it. It was that mountain that led me to you.
Oh?
When I was a little girl, I used to come down the mountain, climb a tree, and look over into your garden. I'd see the sisters at work, and I'd hear them sing on the way to Vespers. Many times I went back up the mountain in the dark, singing all the way. And that brings up another transgression. I was singing yesterday, and I was singing without your permission.
Maria, it is only here in the Abbey that there is a rule about singing.
That is the hardest rule of all for me. Sister Margareta is always reminding me, but too late, after I've already started singing.
And the day you were singing in the garden at the top of your voice?
But Mother, it's that kind of song.
When I came to the window and you saw me, you stopped.
Yes, that's been on my mind ever since it happened.
It's been on my mind, too. I wish you hadn't stopped. You know, I used to sing when I was a child, and I still remember the way it made me feel.
Yes, singing always makes me feel better. Reverend Mother, where did you learn to sing?
I was brought up in the mountains myself, Maria. Maria, despite what you saw over the Abbey wall, you weren't prepared for the way we live. Were you?
No, but I pray and I try.
Maria, tell me, what is the most important lesson you learned here?
To find out what is the will of God and to do it.
Even if it is hard to accept?
Even then.
Maria, the dress you wore when you came to us, is that still in the robing room?
Why, no. I'm sure that's been given to the poor. Sister Margareta says that when we enter the Abbey, our worldly clothes are... Reverend Mother, why do you ask?
Maria, it seems to be the will of God for you to leave us.
Leave? Leave here? Oh no, Mother, please no.
For a while only, Maria.
Don't send me away. This is what I want. This is my life.
But are you ready for it? Perhaps if you go out into the world for a time, you will return to us knowing what we expect. And knowing that we do expect it.
But I know what you expect, and I'll do it, I promise.
Maria.
If it is the will of God, where am I to go?
There's a family of 7 children. You like children. You're very good with them. They need a governess until September.
Until September?
Captain Von Trapp expects you this afternoon. He's a fine man and a brave one. He was awarded the Maria Theresa Medal for heroism in the Adriatic by the Emperor.
A captain in the Navy? Oh, Mother, he'll be very strict.
You're not being sent to his battleship, Maria.
Reverend Mother?
Yes?
I have your permission to sing?
Yes, my child.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages.
Ahem.
I have been given permission to sing. These are a few of my favorite things.
Singing in the Abbey. What is the world coming to?
Yes, sir.
I was calling the governess, and she didn't answer. Do you know why?
Sometimes she doesn't hear, sir.
I'm sorry, sir. I was answering the telephone. Good day, sir. Happy to have you home again.
Why did the last governess leave?
Who knows? She has said, I've had enough of this, and walked out.
Why? Was Louisa playing tricks on her again? Putting toads in her bed?
She didn't complain of that, sir.
Well, there's another one coming today, and this one can't walk out.
Oh?
She's from the Nonberg Abbey with orders to stay until September.
I hope you'll be at home for a time, sir.
Just until tomorrow. The telephone call, was it for me?
No, sir. It was for Franz. Before you arrived, there was a call from Vienna. A Frau Schrader. I have the number in the pantry.
Oh, I know the number. I shall be back in about a month or so with some guests.
Yes, sir. Do you know how many, sir?
Just two. Herr Detweiler
Ah, Herr Detweiler.
and Frau Schrader.
Who wanted me on the telephone?
It was the post office. We got a telegram for you. It will be delivered at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock? That gives me 5 hours to be nervous.
That's a scatterbrained boy delivering telegrams.
Well, that's one thing people are saying. If the Germans did take over Austria, we'd have efficiency.
Don't let the captain say that. He didn't whistle for us when his wife was alive.
He's being the captain of a ship again.
I can't bear being whistled for. It's humiliating.
In the Imperial Navy, the bosun always whistled for us.
But I wasn't in the Imperial
Too bad, you could have made a fortune. You will wait here.
I'm Captain von Trepp. You are Fräulein.
Maria Rainer.
Now, Fräulein, as to your duties here. Would you mind stepping over here? Before the children meet you, you will put on another dress.
I haven't any other dress. When we enter the abbey, our worldly clothes are given to the poor.
What about this one?
The poor didn't want this one.
Is this what you would call a worldly dress?
It belonged to our last postulant. I would have made myself another dress, but I wasn't given time. I can make my own clothes.
Good. I will see that you are given some material. Today, if possible. Now, you will be in charge of my children. There are 7 of them. You'll find out how far they've progressed in their studies and carry on from there. Each morning will be spent in the classroom. Each afternoon, they march. You are to at all times see that they conduct themselves with orderliness and decorum. The first rule in this house is discipline.
Yes, sir.
This is your new governess, Fräulein Maria. As I sound your signal, you will step forward and repeat your name. You, Fräulein, will listen so that you can call them when you want them.
Liesel.
Friedrich!
Louisa.
Kurt!
Brigitte. Martin.
And that's Gretel. Now, Fräulein, let's see how well you listened.
I won't be needing it, Reverend Captain. What I mean is, I'll be with them all the time.
Not on all occasions. This is a large house, and a large estate. Now, when I want you, this is what you will hear.
You won't have to trouble, sir, because I couldn't answer to a whistle.
That's nonsense. Everyone in this house answers to a whistle. I will show you.
Yes, sir.
This is the executive officer. The housekeeper. The new governess, Fräulein Maria.
Yes, sir.
That is the executive officer. The housekeeper. Frau Schmidt. Fräulein Maria. Please be sure her room is ready.
Yes, sir.
Well, I shall now leave you in charge. You are in command.
Pardon me, sir. I don't know how to address you.
You will call me Captain.
Thank you, Captain. I forgot to return this whistle to you, Captain. I won't be needing it, Captain. Well, now that there's just us, would you mind telling me your names again and how old you are? Now you're?
I'm Liesel. I'm 16 years old, and I don't need a governess.
I'm glad you told me. We'll just be friends.
I'm Friedrich. I'm 14, and I'm a boy.
Boy, why, you're almost a man.
I'm Brigitte.
You didn't tell me how old you were, Louisa.
I'm Brigitte. She's Louisa, and she's 13 years old. And you're smart. I'm 11, and I think your dress is the ugliest one I ever saw.
Brigitte, you mustn't say a thing like that.
Why not? Don't you think it's ugly?
If I did think so, I wouldn't say so. I'm Kurt. I'm 12. Almost.
That's a nice age to be, 12, almost.
I'm Marta. I'm 9 on Tuesday, and I want a pink parasol.
Pink is my favorite color, too. And you're Gretel. I'm going to tell you something. I've never been a governess before. Where do I start?
You mean you don't know anything about being a governess?
No.
Well, the first thing you have to do is to tell Father to mind his own business. No, Louisa, don't. I like him.
What's in here?
My guitar.
What'd you bring this for?
For when we all sing together.
We don't sing.
Of course you sing. Of course you sing. Everybody sings. What songs do you know?
We don't know any songs.
You don't?
No.
Well, now I know where to start. I'm going to teach you how to sing. Please, have a seat. Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. When you read, you begin with
A, B, C.
when you sing, you begin with do, re, mi. Do, re, mi. Do, re, mi. The first three notes just happen to be do, re, mi. Do, re, mi. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. I'll make it easier. Listen. Do, a deer, a female deer. Re, a drop of golden sun. Mi, a name I call myself. Fa, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, tea, a drink with jam and bread that will bring us back
fa, so, and so on?
No, do, re, mi, fa, so, and so on are only the tools we use to build a song. Once we have these notes in our heads, we can sing a million different tunes.
How?
By mixing them up. Listen. So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. Can you do that?
So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re.
So, do, la, ti, do, re, do.
So, do, la, ti, do, re, do.
Now, let's put it all together.
Do, la, fa, mi, do, re. So, do, la, ti, do, re, do.
But it doesn't mean anything.
So, we put it into words. One word for every note. When you know the notes to sing, you can sing most anything.
You said one word for every note.
Yes, Brigitte, I did.
But when you sing anything, you're using up 3 notes on one word.
That's right. Well, sometimes we do that. Now, all together, and
You know the notes to sing. You can sing most anything. A deer, a female deer, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. A long way to run. So I need a holy grail, a note to follow. So deep, a drink with jam and bread that will bring us back to dawn. A female deer, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. A long way to run. I need a holy grail, a note to follow. So, a drink with jam and bread that will bring us back to dawn. That will bring us back to
do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do.
Good night, Roll.
Liesel, wait up!
Yes?
You don't have to say goodnight this early just because your father's home.
How did you know my father was home?
Oh, I have a way of knowing things.
You're wonderful.
Oh, no, I'm not. Really.
Oh, yes, you are. I mean, how did you know 2 days ago that you'd be here at just this time tonight with a telegram for Franz?
Well, every year on this date he gets a birthday telegram from his sister.
You see, you are wonderful.
Can I come again tomorrow night?
Raul, you can't be sure you're going to have a telegram to deliver here tomorrow night.
I could come here by mistake with a telegram for Colonel Schneider. He's here from Berlin. He's staying with the Gauleiter, but no one's supposed to know he's here. Don't you tell your father.
Why not?
Well, your father's pretty Austrian.
We're all Austrian.
Some people think we ought to be German. They're pretty mad at those who don't think so. They're getting ready to, well, let's hope your father doesn't get into any trouble.
Don't worry about Father. He was decorated for bravery.
I know. I don't worry about him. The only one I worry about is his daughter.
Me? Why?
How old are you, Liesel?
16? What's wrong with that?
You wait, little girl, on an empty stage for fate to turn the light on. Your life, little girl, is an empty page that men will want to write on.
To ride on.
You are 16, going on 17, baby, it's time to think. Better beware, be canny and careful, baby, you're on the brink. You are 16, going on 17, fellas will fall in line. Eager young lads and runaways and gads will offer you food and wine. Totally unprepared are you to face a world of men. Timid and shy and scared are you of things beyond your ken. You need someone older and wiser telling you what to do. I am 17, going on 18. I'll take care of you.
Getting ready for bed.
The captain is going to Vienna tomorrow. I have this material prepared for a new dress for you.
Oh, how nice of him. Even before it's made, this is the prettiest dress I've ever had. I hope the captain will like it, because I want to ask him for more material.
More?
Oh, not for me. For the children. For play clothes.
The Von Trapp children never play. The captain doesn't like them to get dirty.
But they're children. They need to climb trees, roll on grass, think of all the rocks and
The
caves.
captain says the best exercise is marching. The children will continue to march. I hope you find them comfortable.
Yes, thank you.
There will be new curtains for the window and alcove. They'll be hung tomorrow.
But these curtains are very good.
There will be new curtains.
Will the captain be away long?
Oh, I don't know. Of course, he has to come home every time he hires a new governess. Sometimes I think the children get rid of their governesses just because they want to see their father.
He must want to see them too.
Oh, ever since his wife died, they're minding too much of her. You can put that away. You won't be using it.
Why not?
The captain won't have music here.
He won't have music?
Oh, and he used to love music. There were wonderful evenings here. His wife would sing and he'd play the violin or guitar. But now, he's shut all of that out of his life.
So that's why he's the way he is. But not to have music? That's wrong for him, and wrong for the children too.
Oh, it will work out. The captain may marry again before the summer's over.
That would change everything. They'd have a mother again.
It's going to rain. You better close your window.
Good night. Dear God, I know now that you've sent me here on a mission. I must help these children to love their new mother and prepare them to win her love so she will never want them to leave her. And I pray that this will become a happy family in thy sight. God bless the captain, and Liesel, Friedrich, Louisa, Brigitte, Marta, and little Gretel. And oh yes, I forgot the other boy. What's his name? Well, God bless what's his name. God bless Reverend Mother and Sister Margareta and everybody at Nonberg Abbey. And now, dear God, about Liesel. Help her to know that I'm her friend, and help her to tell me what she's up to.
Are you going to tell on me?
Help me to be understanding, so that I may guide her footsteps. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost, amen.
I was out taking a walk and somebody locked the doors earlier than usual, and I didn't want to wake everybody up, so when I saw your window open... You're not going to tell Father, are you?
Did you climb that trellis to get up here?
That's how we always got into this room to play tricks on the governess. Louisa can climb it with a toad in her hand.
Liesel, were you out walking all by yourself? You know, if we washed that dress out tonight, nobody would notice it tomorrow. Then all this would be just between you and me. You could put this on. Go, take off your wet dress and put this on. I'll put it to soak in the bathtub later. Then come back here and sit on the edge of my bed and we'll have a talk.
I told you today I didn't need a governess. Well, maybe I do.
Oh, it's you, Gretel. Are you afraid? You're not afraid of a thunderstorm, are you? You just stay right here with me. Where are the others?
They're asleep. They're not scared.
Oh no. Look. Come, all of you, up on the bed. Now all we have to do is just wait for the boys.
We won't see them. Boys are brave.
You boys aren't frightened too, are you?
Oh no, we just want to be sure you weren't.
Was this your idea, Friedrich?
Oh, no, it was Kurt's.
That's it, Kurt. That's the one I left out. God bless Kurt. Well, the lightning says something to the thunder, and the thunder answers it back.
I wasn't allowed to answer so loud.
Maybe if we all sing loudly enough, we won't hear the thunder. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and snowflakes with
Franz,
Did you tell Herr Detweiler we're having coffee out here?
Herr Detweiler is still on the telephone, sir.
No sign of the children, Franz.
Not yet, sir.
Georg, those mountains. They're magnificent.
Yes, they're not like any other mountains, are they? They're friendly. See that green stretch of woods over there? When the wind moves through it, it's like a restless sea.
And that sweet little village.
That's not a village, that's a town.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt its feelings.
It's fun being with you. You're quite an experience for me.
You're quite an experience for me, too. Somewhere in you, there's a fascinating man. Occasionally, I catch a glimpse of him, and when I do, he's exciting.
Exciting? I've never been called exciting before.
I'm beginning to understand you better now that I see you here. You know, you're a little like those mountains, except that you keep moving. How can you be away from this place as much as you are?
Maybe I've been searching for a reason to come back here and stay.
Georg, I like it here very much.
Max can't still be on the telephone. I mean, I know he's desperate about getting singers for the Kolsberg Festival, but... You like it here?
Oh, we've had to spend some time in Vienna. I have Heinrich's estate to look after.
I thought that was a corporation now.
It is, and I'm president.
You, president of a corporation.
After all, I managed Heinrich's affairs for years before he died.
I just can't see you sitting behind a desk.
Well, of course, I wear a business suit and smoke a big cigar.
Excuse me, sir. Herr Detweiler would like coffee.
While he's telephoning...
He just finished, sir.
Sorry it took so long.
Any luck?
How'd you like this for the Kolsberg Festival? The finest choral group in Austria. The greatest mixed quartet in all of Europe. And the best soprano in the world.
Max, that's something I'd love to hear.
So would I. All I've got right now is a basso who isn't even profundo.
Max, you always come up with a good festival concert.
And why is that? Because my motto is, never start out looking for the people you wind up getting. That's why I've been telephoning Paris, Rome, Stockholm, London.
On Georg's telephone?
Oh yes, why else am I up here?
Well, I hoped it was because you liked me.
Of course I like you. Why shouldn't I like you? You live like a king. You have an excellent wine.
Max!
I like rich people. I like the way they live. I like the way I live when I'm with them. Speaking as a government official, Georg, is there a cathedral around here?
There is, in fact. That is our abbey, the Nonnberg Abbey.
Do they have a choir?
A beautiful one.
Good. In the next few days, I'll have to visit all these towns around here and listen to choirs, quartets, hangers-ons.
You'll be here for meals, won't you?
Oh, yes. It was in a town just about this size, Watsman, where I discovered the St. Ignatius Boys Choir. In 1930, won the festival, toured all around the world, and became very famous.
Oh, yes. Whatever became of them?
By the time their voices changed, they were rich enough to live in America. Who lives in that dilapidated castle down there? Rumpelstiltskin?
Baron Elderfeld. The oldest family in the valley.
I'd like to meet him. I'd like to meet all your friends. Georg, why don't you give a dinner for me while I'm here? Nothing very much, just something lavish.
Well, I wouldn't know whom to invite. These days, it's difficult to tell who's a friend and who's an enemy.
This isn't a good time to make enemies. Let's make some friends.
I can't understand what's happened to the children.
You're not worried about them, are you?
They should have been here to welcome you.
Well, it couldn't have been an intentional slight because they haven't met me yet.
Forgive me. I'll try to find them.
Elsa, have you made up Georg's mind yet? He's going to marry you?
Oh, yes. He hasn't admitted it yet. There seems to be something standing in his way.
You don't know what it is?
No.
I do.
What?
It's money.
Money?
Yes. He's rich, and you're rich. You see, in all the famous love affairs, the lovers have to struggle. In garret rooms, away upstairs, the lovers starve and snuggle. They're famous for misfortunes, which they seem to have no fear of, while lovers who are very rich, you very seldom hear of.
Not a sign of them anywhere.
No little shack do you share with me. We do not flee from a mortgagee. Nary a care in the world have we.
How can love survive?
You're fond of bonds and you own a lot. I have a plane and a diesel yacht.
Plenty of nothing you haven't got.
How can love survive? No rides for us on the top of a bus in the face of the freezing breezes.
You reach your goal in your comfy old robe, or in one of your Mercedeses.
Far, very far off the beam are we. Quaint and bizarre as a team are we. 2 millionaires with a dream are we. We're keeping romance alive. 2 millionaires with a dream are we. We'll make our love survive. No little cold water flats have we, warmed by the glow of insolvency.
Up to your necks in security. How can love survive?
How can I show what I feel for you? I cannot go out and steal for you. I cannot die like Camille for you. How can love survive?
You millionaires with financial wonder are too busy for simple pleasure. When you are poor, it is toujours l'amour, for l'amour all the poor have pleasure.
Caught in our gold-plated chains are we, lost in our wealthy domains are we, trapped by our capital gains are we, but we'll keep romance alive.
Trapped by our capital gains are we.
We'll make our love survive.
What do you want?
Oh, Captain, I don't see. I didn't know. Hi.
Who are you?
I have a telegram for Herr Detweiler.
I'm Herr Detweiler.
You've delivered your telegram. Now get out.
Georg, he's just a boy.
And I am an Austrian. I will not be hired.
Georg, why don't you look at things the way I do? What's going to happen, it's going to happen. Just be sure it doesn't happen to you.
Max, it's a good thing you haven't any character. Because if you had, I'm convinced I'd hate you.
You couldn't hate me. I'm too lovable.
Head Detweiler, there's a call for you. It's from...
I'll take it.
What?
Hurry up, Kurt! Oh my god!
Oh.
Oh, Captain, you're home.
Straight line. Get cleaned up. Get into your uniforms and report back here. At once! Fraulein, where did they get these abominations? Out of a nightmare?
No, out of some curtains. The curtains that used to hang in my bedroom. There was plenty of wear left in them.
Just a moment. Do you mean to say that the people of the neighborhood have seen my children wearing old curtains?
Oh, yes. They become very popular. Everyone smiles at them.
I don't wonder.
They say, there go Captain Von Trapp's children.
My children have always been a credit to my name.
But Captain, they weren't. They were just unhappy little marching machines.
I don't care to hear from you about my children.
Well, you must hear from someone. You're not home long enough to know them.
I said, I don't want to hear.
I know you don't, but you've got to. Take Liesel. Liesel isn't a child anymore, and if you keep treating her as one, Captain, you're going to have mutiny on your hands. And Friedrich's afraid to be himself. He's shy. He's aloof. Friedrich needs you. He needs your confidence.
That's enough. Don't tell me about my son.
Brigitte could tell you about him, and she could tell you a lot more if you got to know her, because she notices things, and she always tells the truth, especially when you don't want to hear it. Kurt is sensitive. He's easily hurt, and you ignore him. You brush him aside the way you do all of them.
Thanks,
I haven't finished yet. Louisa wants to have a good time. You just got to let her have a good time. Marta, I don't know about yet, but someone has to find out about her. And little Gretel just wants to be loved. Oh, please, Captain, love Gretel, love all of them.
Stop.
I need you.
Stop it. You will pack your things and return to the Abbey as soon as you can.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said those things. Not in the way I said them.
And after you're gone,
The hills are alive with the sound.
What's that?
Singing.
Who's singing?
Your children.
My children?
They have
Singing?
I wanted them to sing for Faustina when they met her.
You must hear.
The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. My heart wants to sing every song it hears. My heart wants to be like the wings of the birds that rise from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like a chime that flies from a church on a breeze, to laugh like a brook when it trips and falls over stones on its way, to sing through the night like a lark who is learning to pray. I go to the hills when my heart is lonely. I know I will hear what I heard before. My heart will be blessed with the sound of music, and I'll sing once more.
Improvise. Georg, why haven't you told me how enchanting your children are?
Children, I'd like to have you show Frau Schrader the gardens.
Yes, show me the gardens. I want to see everything in with you two. I don't know any of your names yet, but it doesn't matter. I'm sure I won't get them straight for a long time.
My name is Marta. It is not. My name is Marta. She's Elisa, and why do you always do that? It's confusing.
You were right. I don't know my own children.
They're waiting to know you. They want so much too. After I've gone,
No. I want you to stay.
if I can be of any help.
You have helped already. You have brought music back into my home. I had forgotten. To laugh like a brook when it trips and falls over stones on its way. To sing through the night like a lark who is learning to pray. I go to the hills when my heart is lonely. I know I will hear what I've heard before. I'll sing once more.
A deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself, far along the way to. I came back to congratulate you. Thank you. The captain was really moved. Yes, I think he was pleased. He's asked me to stay on with the children. Oh, you're staying on? Until September. September? Then I go back to the Abbey. The Abbey? I'm going to be a nun. Oh, how nice. When you get back to the Abbey, think of us. I'll pray for you.
It was a delicious dinner, Georg. That Cabernet was a revelation. And your cook, where did you find her?
I'm glad to see we met your standards, Max. Won't you stay and enjoy the entertainment? The children tell me they've prepared something for us. Are we ready?
That's not right. Try again. No. You put your right foot behind your left. You bend your knees and you dip your head. That's right. You've got it. Come along, everyone. The party's started. Oh, yes. We used to have lots of parties here. Friedrich and I used to sneak out and watch them from the top of the stairs.
Music.
Once, Father brought a gypsy orchestra all the way from Budapest.
Yes.
Okay, it's almost time to join the guests. Remember, everyone, mind your manners.
I remember the beautiful ladies and everybody laughing. There was one lady, the most beautiful of all. I think she was here all the time.
Yes, Louisa, she was.
Could we dance while the guests are dancing?
Yes, of course. Remember what Fraulein Maria taught us? Okay. Ready and front and back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Side to side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
How delightful to see you here. I was wondering if you and Hans would be in attendance. How have you been? How's your son? Oh, Christoph. I'm so sorry. Christoph is doing very well. We can't say anything just yet, but we expect a military commission for him quite soon. And how have you and the Baron been faring? I've heard you might be planning to move abroad.
You have German blood, haven't you?
Oh, Hans, I wish you would have started on that.
I'm not a German.
Now, Andreas, Captain Von Trapp has come home after such a long absence and has invited us to this lovely party. Baroness Elberfeld and I have just been catching up. Let's not spoil it by talking politics.
I tell you, I'm not a German, I'm an Austrian.
Well, of course you are. Why, all of my extended family live around here, and you couldn't tell them apart from the Germans if you threw a dish of roulade at them.
Katerina, how many cocktails have you had? Please, stay out of this. There's going to be Anschluss, mark my words.
Please, Hans. You will offend Captain Von Trapp, and that will not only be unforgivably rude, but will likely backfire on our plans as well. Now, hush. Please.
I warn you, Elberfeld, and everyone like you. And that goes for our host.
It's much more pleasant on the terrace.
What a lovely party.
Zeller, Elberfeld, it's very nice to have you here again.
Georg, it's wonderful to be in your lovely home again. We've missed you.
And Georg, Frau Schrader is charming. Father, I don't think these people are having a very good time.
Half the people I invited aren't speaking to the other half.
Well, Father, maybe they're having a good time not speaking to each other.
Oh, sir. Frau Schrader asked me to let you know that she'll be joining you in a few minutes.
Thank you. I will see her in a little bit.
Okay.
Kurt, I haven't danced the Landler since I was a little girl.
Oh, you remember it. Show me.
No, I haven't danced since...
God, you said left hand behind the back.
Yes, that's right. But first the girl and boy meet.
Yes.
Then they go for a little stroll. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
What about when you do like
Kurt!
No, that's wrong, Kurt. Let me show you.
anymore.
Well, Kurt, that's the way it's done.
Your face is all red.
I guess I'm not very used to dancing.
Well, hello there.
Good evening, Frau Schrader.
I hope you're feeling better, Frau Schrader.
Yes, thank you, Kurt.
We are having a party.
Good! Tell your father it sure be a success now that I'm here.
Max!
Elsa! Without a doubt, you're the most beautiful corporation president in the entire world.
Thank you, Max.
Max, you're back. As usual, just in time for dinner.
Georg, Georg, did you think you could get a gala without me?
Oh dear, seems we have an odd man.
A little odd, but charming.
Liesel, run and ask Frau Schmidt to set 2 more places. And I'd like to see Maria.
2 places?
Need another woman.
Who? Liesel?
Oh no, she's much too young. I'll ask Maria.
You're not serious.
Bless, of course.
She's a nursemaid.
I don't think of her that way.
I don't mind, but you're friends. You can't ask him to stand for Maria.
Why not?
Elsa, tell him why not.
Max, can you change in a hurry?
Yes, Max, we can use you tonight.
Frau Schrader, they're talking about you out there.
Come on, Georg. I've been dodging these people for an hour.
Brigitte, have you seen your father?
I knew it all along. Frau Schrader didn't have a headache. She was just faking so she could get out of the party.
Brigitte, you shouldn't say things you don't know are true.
But I do know. I heard her say to Father that she'd been dodging all these people.
That doesn't mean that she didn't have a headache. It's very important that you children like Frau Schrader.
I like her all right, but why is that important?
Well, I think she's going to be your new mother.
Oh, Fraulein, Father's never going to marry her. Why he couldn't?
Why couldn't he?
Because he's in love with you.
Now, Brigitte, that's just the kind of thing...
You must know that.
Brigitte, no.
Remember the other night when we were all sitting on the floor singing that Edelweiss song he taught us? After we finished, you laughed at him for forgetting the words. He didn't forget the words. He just stopped singing to look at you. And the way his voice sounds when he speaks to you.
No, Brigitte, no.
And the way you looked at him just now when you were dancing, you were in love with him.
One more dance, Gretel, and then's bed. Oh, Fraulein Maria, you're not going to have dinner with the children tonight. You're having dinner down here with us. Oh yes, it's all been arranged. You'll need to hurry, you need to change. Oh, Maria, wear that dress you wore the other night when we were all dancing. It was lovely, soft and white.
Shall I announce dinner, Captain?
Oh no, not yet. The children will want to say goodnight first. Georg, I wanted the children to say goodnight the way they did last night.
No, Elsa, not here.
Please, Georg, the way they did it for me, it was so sweet.
No, not in front of strangers.
Please, Georg, for me.
But we need to wait for all the party members to get on.
Isn't this party just wonderful?
What a wonderful party.
Presto chango!
Max, you're just in time. Children, now.
Ladies and gentlemen, my children have prepared some entertainment for you.
Popping out to say cuckoo. Regretfully they tell us, but firmly they compel us to say goodbye to you. So long, farewell, I'll later say goodbye. I'll leave beneath the sign, say goodbye, I'm glad to go. I cannot be alive. I fence, I float, I think with me I So long, farewell, our feet are saying goodbye, goodbye,
Dinner is served.
I'd sure like some champagne. I hope to see me next to you.
Isn't this a lovely party? I'm starving.
Elsa, they're extraordinary.
Fraulein Maria taught them to do it.
I've been looking all over Austria for something like this for the festival, and I find it here.
Wait a minute, Max.
A singing group of 7 children and 1 family.
Max! Georg didn't even want them to sing in front of the guests tonight. I had to persuade him.
Then you have influence. You must talk to him.
Max!
Elsa, this is important to Austria, and it wouldn't do me any harm.
Maria has asked to see you at last. I know she has been praying, and it has taken her a long time.
I waited until she wanted to come to me.
It's strange, Reverend Mother. Maria seems happy to be here, but I think there's something troubling her too.
Why did they send her back to us? Do you know?
She hasn't said anything about it. She doesn't even speak. She hasn't said a word since she arrived, except in prayer.
I shall see her.
Maria.
This must have been a trying experience for you.
It was, Reverend Mother.
Has it taught you anything?
I've learned that I never want to leave these walls again.
Why did they send you back to us?
They didn't send me back. I left. I left without telling them I was going. Without saying goodbye.
Sit down, Maria. Maria, what happened? Why did you do this?
I was frightened.
Frightened?
I was confused. I never felt that way before. And I knew that here I would be away from it. That here I would be safe.
Maria, our Abbey is not to be used as an escape. What is it you can't face?
I can't face him.
Thank you, Sister Margareta. Maria, are you in love with Captain Von Trapp?
I don't know.
Tell me about it, my child.
Brigida said that I was, and that he was in love with me, and then there he was, and we were looking at each other, and I could hardly breathe. Then I knew I couldn't stay.
But you do like him, Maria.
Oh, yes.
Did you let him see how you felt?
If I did, then I didn't know that I did. That's what's been torturing me. I was there on God's errand. To have asked for the captain's love would have been wrong. I don't know, Mother. I do know this. I am ready at this very moment to take the vows of poverty, obedience, and chastity.
Maria, the love of a man and a woman is holy too. Do you remember the first time we talked together, you told me you remembered your mother and father before they died? Do you remember? Were they happy?
They were very happy.
My child, you were born of their happiness, of their love. And Maria, you have a great capacity to love. What you must now find out is, how does God want you to spend your love?
I've pledged my life to God's service. I've pledged my life to God.
My daughter, if you love this man, it does not mean you love God less. You have to go back. You have to face him.
No, Mother, please don't make me do that. Please let me stay here, please.
These walls were not made to shut out problems. You have to find the life you were born to live.
How do I find it?
Look for it.
Climb every mountain, search high and low, follow every byway, every path you know. Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow, till you find your dream, a dream that will need all the love you can give. Every day of your life, for as long as you live, climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow, till you find your dream. A dream that will need all the love you can give. Every day of your life, for as long as you live, climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow, till you find your
One little girl in a pale pink coat heard.
She yodeled back to the lonely goat herd, lady, oh lady, oh little.
Soon her mama with a gleaming goat herd.
Let her odelay, ee-oo. Let her odelay, odeloo.
Oh ho, lady, oh lady, oh ho, lady, oh lady, oh ho, lady, oh lady, oh lady, oh lady, oh lady.
Enough! Now sing seriously. Liesel, give us a key.
Do, mi, so, do.
That's nice, very nice, except it's no good. Imagine if you Imagine you're sitting on a stage of a big concert hall.
What concert hall, Uncle Max?
Any concert hall. Maybe Carlsberg Concert Hall. But a concert hall full of people. Now, but once more.
Do, mi, so, do.
Gretel, why don't you sing loudly?
I can't. I have a sore throat.
Now you can sing loud for Uncle Max. The night of the party you sang so beautifully with such spirit. Well, let's try again.
Do, mi, so, do.
They wanted to sing for me, the darlings, but they don't sing as well as I used to.
We need Fraulein Maria.
We do not need Fraulein Maria.
But
You can sing just as well with me.
But I've had experience with choirs, quartets, glee clubs.
Max, please. Now, what are you going to sing? Do, a deer, a female deer.
Fraulein Maria was...
We are not to mention Fraulein Maria.
Come along, Max. I feel like taking a brisk walk.
That's just what I need. Is anyone using the car?
Now, what are you going to sing?
With the sound of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years.
No, not that. Louisa, did you play any of your tricks, any of your jokes on Fraulein Maria?
Only those she liked to laugh at.
You didn't put toads in her bed, did you?
No, Father.
Something must have happened for her to leave us without even saying goodbye.
Isn't Fraulein Maria coming back?
No, darling, I don't think so.
But she was the best governess we ever had.
You are not going to have a governess anymore.
Oh, good. I'm not so sure that's good.
You're going to have a new mother.
A new mother?
Frau Schrader?
Yes, it was all settled last night. I'm very happy. Well, it's time for your afternoon walk.
When Fraulein Maria wanted to feel better, she used to sing that song, remember?
Yes.
All right, let's try it.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, like copper kettles and warble and mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Why don't I feel better? Snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
Children, I'm so happy to see you. I must find your father right away.
I'll find him. I'll go with you.
How's your sore finger?
You remember.
Liesel, are you all right?
Yes, Fraulein, I'm all right.
Many telegrams lately?
No, Fraulein. Now I'll be glad to go to boarding school.
Liesel, you can't use boarding school to escape your problems. You have to face them. Oh, I have so much to talk to you about.
We have some things to tell you, too.
You must have a great deal to tell me.
I guess the most important thing is, Father's getting married
Married?
to Frau Schrader.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes, he just told us. He told us himself.
I found him.
No, I found him.
Oh, all right. You found him. Big deal.
Liesel,
Louisa, Brigida, boys. Maria, we'll be in the nursery.
Bye,
Maria. Love you.
you've come back?
Yes, Captain.
You left us without any explanation whatsoever, without even saying goodbye.
It was very wrong of me. Forgive me.
Why did you do this to us? Tell me.
Please don't ask me.
Anyway, the reason no longer exists.
Then you're here to stay?
Only until you can make arrangements for another governess.
Oh no, you've been missed by the children. Everybody's missed you very much. Nothing was the same while you were away. Everything was wrong.
But
You go up to the children now. Maria, a new dress?
You have a new postulate.
I know I'm right, Max. We'll find him and ask him.
I'll take your word for it, Elsa.
Georg, settle this for Max and me, will you? How far down the mountain does your property go?
Can you make out that stone wall? That's the property line.
You see?
I didn't argue about it.
I know. That makes me furious. I don't like to win without a fight.
Herr Dutzweiler, while you were gone, you had a long-distance call from Berlin.
Who could be calling me from Berlin?
They said you know who it was.
Oh, thank you, Franz. Georg, what were we just talking about?
Max, this isn't your first call from Berlin.
Georg, you know I have no political convictions. Can I help it if other people have?
Let's not stir that up again. The Germans have promised not to invade Austria. Max knows that.
Then why does he bother answering those calls?
Because if they don't keep their promise, I want to have some friends among them.
Naturally.
Oh, you agree too?
Georg, this is the way I look at it. There was a man that was dying. They were giving him the last rites. They asked him, "Do you renounce the devil and all his works?" And he said, "At this moment, I prefer not to make any enemies." Ha ha ha.
Georg, if they should invade us, would you defy them?
Yes, I would.
Do you realize what might happen to you? To your property?
To your children?
To everyone close to you? To Elsa? To me?
Well, what would you do?
What anyone with any sense would do. Just sit tight and wait for it all to blow over.
And you think it will?
One thing is sure, nothing you can do will make any difference.
Don't look so serious, darling. Take the world off your shoulders. Relax. You dear attractive duad idealist, today you have to learn to be a realist.
You may be bent on doing deeds of daring do, but up against a shark, what can a herring do?
Be wise, compromise.
Compromise and be wise?
Let them think you're on their side, be non-committal.
I will not bow my head to men I despise.
You won't have to bow your head, just stoop a little.
Why not learn to put your faith and your alliance on an obvious and simple fact of science?
Turns another somersault, another day goes by. And there's no way to stop it, no, there's no way to stop it, no, you can't stop it even if you try. So I'm not going to worry, no, I'm not going to worry every time I see another day go by.
Somersaulting at a cockeyed angle, we make a cockeyed circle round the sun. And when we circle back to where we started from, another year has run. And there's no way to stop it, no, there's no way to stop it. If the earth wants to roll around the sun, you're a fool if you worry, you're a fool if you worry over anything but little number one. That's you.
That's I.
And me. That all-absorbing character, that fascinating creature, that super special feature, me!
On one thing we agree. Each one is important to himself, but you cannot save yourself by giving up. And you don't outwit a lion by putting
Berlin, sir.
your head in the lion's mouth.
I'll call them back.
You might as well talk to them now, Max.
Go.
Georg, I feel I know what's going to happen here. Can't you see things my way?
Not if you're willing to see things their way.
There's one thing you do better here than we do in Vienna. Your sunsets. I'm going to miss them.
Captain. Oh, I beg your pardon.
Maria, Georg, you didn't tell me Fräulein Maria was back. I'm delighted.
Thank you. Captain, the children would like to know if they could take a holiday from their lessons tomorrow, so that we can go on a picnic.
Yes, I don't mind.
That will make them very happy. And may I be permitted to wish you happiness too, Frau Schrader, Captain. The children have told me you're going to be married.
Oh? I'm afraid the children are wrong. Georg, I'd like to finish my packing if I'm to get back to Vienna.
If you feel you must, I'll tell Franz to have the car ready.
I can do that. Auf Wiedersehen, Georg. Goodbye, Maria.
I'll show you out.
I'm sorry if I said the wrong thing.
You did say the wrong thing, but you said it at the right time.
The children had told me you were going to marry Frau Schrader.
We found we just couldn't go the same way. That door is shut.
Sister Margareta always says, when God shuts a door...
I know, he opens a window. Maria, what made you run away to the Abbey? What made you come back?
The Mother Abbess. She said you have to look for your life.
Often when you find it, you don't recognize it.
No.
All of a sudden, then one day, one night, it stands before you.
Yes.
I look at you now and I realize this is not something that has just happened, but something I've known deep inside me for many weeks. And you know it too. What was it that told you?
Brigitte. She said when we were dancing that night.
She was quite right. That wasn't an ordinary dance, was it?
I hadn't danced since I was a very little girl.
When you were a very little girl, did a very little boy ever kiss you? That's quite different too.
Is it? It is different.
Maria, everything will be different now. I'll take you anywhere you want to go. Give you anything you wish.
But I don't want to go anywhere. All I could wish for is right here. Perhaps I had a wicked childhood. Perhaps I had a miserable youth. But somewhere in my wicked, miserable past, there must have been a moment of truth. For here you are standing there loving me, whether or not you should. So somewhere in my youth or childhood, I must have done something good. Nothing comes from nothing.
Nothing ever could. So somewhere in my youth or childhood, I must have done something good. Perhaps I had a wicked childhood. Perhaps I had a miserable youth. But somewhere in my wicked, miserable past, there must have been a moment of truth. For here you are standing there loving me, whether or not you should. So somewhere in my youth or childhood, I must have done something good.
Nothing comes from nothing.
Nothing ever could. So somewhere in my youth or childhood, I must have done something good. Perhaps I had a wicked childhood. Perhaps I had a miserable youth. But somewhere in my wicked, miserable past, there must have been a moment of truth.
childhood. I must have done something good.
Nothing comes from nothing.
Nothing ever could. So somewhere in my youth or childhood, I must have done something good.
Maria, is there someone I should go to ask permission to marry you?
Maybe we should ask the children. It's in my suitcase.
Sister Berta.
Sister Margareta! I don't think she's had time to put in the linings yet.
Sister Margareta, the mirror.
Why, Mother, I look...
Don't be vain, my daughter. You are indeed beautiful.
How do you catch a sound and pin it down? How do you find a word that means Maria? A flirty gibbet, a will-o-wisp, a clown. Many a thing you know you'd like to tell her. Many a thing she ought to understand. But how do you make her stay and listen to all you say? How do you keep a wave upon the sand? Oh, how do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you hold a moonbeam in your hand?
Children, children, see! Culture Festival 1938. Look here, the Trapp family singers. And here are all of your names. Liesel, Friedrich, Luisa, Kurt, Brigitte, Marta, and Gretel.
Why am I always last?
Because you're the youngest.
Liesel, I'm depending on you. Day after tomorrow, you must all be ready at 11 o'clock in the morning. That's when...
Detweiler, can you help me, please? The Gottlieb is here. He wants to know why we aren't flying the new flag.
Kyle,
I tried to explain.
keep quiet. When is Captain Von Trapp returning?
Who knows? When a man is on his honeymoon...
Times for joking. It's been 4 days since the Anschluss, and this is the only house in the province that's not flying a flag of the Third Reich.
You mean the flag with the black spider on it?
Brigitte!
Do you permit such remarks in this house? Who are you?
I am Maximilian Detweiler, First Secretary of the Ministry of Education and Culture.
That was in the old regime.
In the old regime, I was Third Secretary. Now, First Secretary.
Good. Then you'll order them to fly the flag.
Captain Von Trapp wouldn't. I mean, I can only take my orders from Captain Von Trapp.
You'll take your orders from us, and so will the captain. Kyle.
Kyle.
Why was he so cross?
Everybody's cross these days.
Is Father going to be in trouble?
He doesn't have to be. The thing to do today is to get along with everybody. Now, Liesel, be sure you get all the children on the bus at 11 o'clock.
Uncle Max, are you sure this is going to be all right with Father?
He'll be pleased and proud.
Liesel, do you think so?
Brigitte, don't you trust me?
No.
Well, anyways, be sure you get in the bus at 11 o'clock.
Fräulein Liesel, look what I have here.
That's Father's luggage.
Yes, they're back.
Liesel, they'll have such a lot to tell us. Let's not worry about telling them anything.
They're back. They're back.
Max!
Gail, we didn't expect you back until next week.
Max, it's good you're here. There's much I want to know.
Children, we missed you so very much.
What did you miss the most?
We missed all that noise you make in the morning.
We miss that noise you make in the morning telling each other to be quiet. We miss climbing up the stairs to say goodnight to you.
We missed hearing you sing.
Well, you came back just in time to hear us sing. Look, Father, we're going to sing in the Culsburg Festival Friday night.
Let me see that. Max, are you responsible for this?
I've just been waiting to talk to you about it, Gail.
There's no way you can talk your way out of this one.
Presents! Oh, where's mine? Give me five! I want it! It's open the 100th nursery. Okay, let's go.
Now, Georg, I have to make a last-minute decision. I was very fortunate to be able to enter them at all. They'll be the talk of the festival. 7 children in one family.
Not my family.
The committee heard them. They were enchanted.
Really, Max? What did they say?
You never heard such praise.
Georg, did you hear?
The Von Trapp family does not sing in public.
But if they make people happy...
For the festival, people come from all over the world.
It is out of the question.
Georg, it's for Austria.
There is no Austria.
But the Armistice happened peacefully. Let's at least be grateful for that.
Grateful to these swine?
Maria, you must at least pretend to work with these people. I admire the way he feels, but you must convince him. He has to compromise.
No, Max, no.
Maria, you must.
Max, I can't ask Georg to be less than what he is.
Then I will talk to him. If these children do not sing the festival, well, it would be a reflection on Austria. And it wouldn't do me any good. Though, dear, a female, a drop of golden sun.
Maria, I've always known you loved us children. Now I know you love Father.
I do, Liesel. I love him very much.
How can you be sure?
Because I don't think first of myself anymore. I think first of him. I know now how to spend my love.
There's a telegram for the captain.
Rolf! Rolf, I'd like you to meet my mother. My new mother.
Rolf, I'm glad to finally meet you.
I have a telegram for Captain Von Trapp.
You stay here with Liesel. I'll take it to him.
I have my orders to make sure the captain gets it.
I think you can trust me to give it to him.
I have my orders.
Silly, they're married.
Oh, Franz, make sure this telegram is delivered into the hands of Captain Von Trapp. Hi. Hi.
Rolf! Even Franz?
Yes, even Franz, even me, even everyone in Nürnberg except the great Captain Von Trapp. If he knows what's good for him, he'll come over to the right side.
Rolf, don't talk like that.
And if he doesn't, he better get out of the country. There are things that happen today to a man like that. And cry all you want, but just remember what I said before it's too late. And you remember too.
Liesel, don't cry.
How could he turn on Father that way?
Liesel, maybe he wasn't threatening your father. Maybe he was warning him.
A bell is no bell till you ring it. A song is no song till you sing it. And love in your heart wasn't put there to stay. going on 17. Wait a year, what a year, just wait a year or two.
Liesel,
What is it, Georg?
I didn't think I had to make a decision so soon. Berlin is offering me commission in their navy.
Well, Georg?
I mean, I can't just brush this aside. It would be exciting to have a ship under me again. What I mean is, it would be a relief and a comfort to know that you and the children would be safe. But it also means, please, Maria, help me.
Georg, whatever you decide will be my decision, too.
Thank you. I know now, I can't do it.
Of course not.
We'll have to get out of Austria right away.
You'll have to leave tonight.
Not
Now.
without my family. We can't just pick up and leave. They'll be watching us now. We'll have to plan.
Hi.
We'll have to have time.
Excuse me, Captain. Admiral von Schreiber of the Navy of the Third Reich is here to see you.
They didn't give us time.
Then we'll have to make time.
I'll bring them in, but we must be careful.
What's happening? Stormtroopers? That's what I was afraid of, Maria.
Max, you stay here. I need to get the children. Liesel, quickly, get the children, quickly.
Admiral, come this way. We can talk in here. Admiral von Schreiber, may I present Herr Detweiler, and I assume you know Herr Zeller. Would you gentlemen care to sit down?
We are here on business.
Captain von Trapp, a telegram was sent you 3 days ago.
I've just received it. I've been away. I've only been home half an hour.
Captain Von Trapp has just returned from his honeymoon, sir.
Congratulations, Captain.
Thank you, sir.
Your record in the war is still very remembered by us, Captain.
That's very good to hear that, sir.
Let's get to the point.
If you don't mind, in our Navy, we hold you in a very high regard. That explains why I'm here. Having had no answer to our telegram, the High Command has sent me in person.
That's very flattering, Admiral, but I've had no time to consider.
I'm here to present you with your commission.
I'm very conscious of the honor, sir, but...
Your orders are to report immediately to the naval base at Bremerhaven.
Immediately? Oh, I'm afraid that would be impossible for you, Georg.
Oh, may I present my wife, Baroness von Trapp, Admiral von Schreiber.
Madame?
What I meant, sir, is that we are all singing the Carlsberg Festival Friday night. You see, here in the program.
It's been arranged by
The Von Trapp family.
It's been arranged by the Ministry of Education and Culture.
Friday night. This is Wednesday. That's only a matter of 2 days. It might be possible you could report to Bremerhaven by Monday.
Admiral.
Is there a telephone I can use?
This way, Admiral. And if there's any question, perhaps adding the weight of my voice.
Gives here only the names of the children.
You see right there? It says the Von Trapp family singers. I'm the head of the Von Trapp family.
It's hard to believe, Captain Von Trapp, you singing in a concert.
Oh, Herr Zeller, you may believe what you choose.
It doesn't say here what you're going to sing. What are you going to sing, Captain?
It's your privilege to come to the concert and hear us.
I'd like to hear you sing now. Sing what you're going to sing in the concert. Sing.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Children.
Do, a deer, a female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself.
Far, a long, long way to run.
So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, tea, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to us back to do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, so, do. Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright. You look happy to meet me, blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning.
Small and white, clean and bright.
You look happy to meet me, blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the festival concert has come to its conclusion. Except, of course, we don't know what the conclusion is going to be. The judges are putting their heads together to arrive at their decision. I have just been informed that Captain Von Trapp leaves immediately after the concert for his new command in the naval forces of the Third Reich. A guard of honor has arrived to escort him directly from this hall to the naval base at Bremerhaven. Ladies and gentlemen, I have here the decision of our distinguished judges. We will start with the third award. For this honor, the judges have named the trio of the Sangerbond of Hellwegen.
We did it, Rob!
Hello. Great performance, yeah?
Sir, he should have been first, bro. What?
The second award has been given to Fräulein Schweiger, the first soloist of the choir of St. Agnes Church in Bonn.
And now I have prepared for you a small opera joke. What? Oh, how can you tell? Oh, 1 minute, please. Oh, what is a fake opera singer? Placebo Domingo! Now, I will say I'll be the same, but first, I don't want to be lonely tonight. Fritz, are you there, Fritz? No, Fritz. Okay, that's okay. Uncle, are you there? I want you to come to my home and have dinner with me. Of course, good beer, German beer. Auf Wiedersehen.
The highest musical honor in the Osmar goes to the family Von Trapp. The family Von Trapp. Von Trapp. Which way did they go? Up here, take the first road.
Alright, cross the driveway! Start college head out!
Say something over there!
See over there?
They've gone through the Abbey and have only 5 more rooms to search. Reverend Mother and Sister Berta are with them. It shouldn't be long now.
How many of them are there?
I counted 8 stormtroopers and their officers.
Sister Margareta, we didn't know we put the Abbey in this danger.
The whole of Austria is in danger, Maria, and we must stand together. No matter how many times they say we are now a part of Germany, no matter where they raise their flags of oppression, in our souls we are free. No evildoers can change that. Our hearts belong to Austria and to each other, and God will keep us safe.
It's outrageous. This church has always been sanctuary.
Not to these people. They recognize no authority greater than their own. This is the 3rd time they've searched the Abbey.
Look there!
That's why we hid you out here in the garden. They always search the inside of the Abbey, never the outside.
Isn't this God's house?
Yes, darling.
We must all be very, very quiet. We'll let you know when they've gone.
After they're gone, can we go home?
No, darling. We have a long drive ahead of us.
Liesel, let's all stay close to each other.
Lieutenant! No one here, sir. All right, come along.
We must be quiet, everyone. Shh. Whew, thank God.
They've gone.
Reverend Mother, we're sorry we brought this upon you.
Reverend Mother, we can never thank you.
As soon as it's safe, we'll start. We hid our car deep in the woods.
The car will do you no good. They placed a guard on the road in front of the gate.
All the roads are blocked. The border's been closed.
It's funny. I've always thought of the mountains as my friends, standing there protecting us. But now, they seem to become my enemy.
Never your enemies. Haven't you read? I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills from whence cometh my help.
Georg, I know those mountains as well as I know this garden, and so do you. And once we're over those mountains, we're in Switzerland.
But the children!
We can help them.
Father, we can do it without help. You shall have help, for ye shall go out with joy, and be led forth with peace. The mountains and the hills before you shall break forth into singing.
Every
know, they say it takes...
Don't go away! Don't go away! We're coming back. Okay.
They say it takes a village to raise a child. Well, I'm telling you, it takes a village to put on an 8th grade play. So, we have so many people to thank. I hope I don't forget anyone, but I want to start with the 8th grade students themselves who did publicity posters for the play under the direction of the art teacher, Mrs. Ahn. Beautiful job, an extra assignment on top of all of this and their schoolwork, and they came through just like they did tonight. This group brings it. Whenever you ask them to do something and you set the bar high, you can count on them to make it. And they did that. Have to thank have to thank Mrs. Jacobson and the entire upper school team for supporting the students academically and in other ways as we prepared for the play. They just, have the loving care of such devoted teachers all the time, and especially during this special time. The office support too. Mrs. Stanislaw helped in so many ways, and specifically Mrs. Stanislaw was in charge of the tickets and the publicity, and she and Mr. Crook, helped with the programs and all of that, getting the emails out to persuade you to buy tickets. So I want to thank them very much. The refreshments that you enjoyed outside, I know Miss Mock really worked hard to organize that and other aspects of the parent volunteers, but the 7th grade homeroom parents were the hostess. I feel like they're in this zone. Excuse me. So the refreshments were assisted by the 7th grade homeroom parents. Thank you so much. The beautiful makeup and hairstyles were put together by a crew of 8th grade and 7th grade moms under the direction of Mrs. Breadbinner. Thank you so much. Parsons and I started out doing the costumes, but we were, pretty much overwhelmed because Mr. Crook, I'm kind of getting beside myself here, but Mr. Crook, who normally is up in the tech booth, of course, injured himself and then injured himself again and wasn't able to navigate the stairs. So Ms. Parsons moved into the tech booth, which left the costumes lacking. So we were rescued by an angel by the name of Mrs. Hanaway, who came in. Person I know except for Nancy Schuler. So. Westminster graduate. That's right. That's right. My heart lies with the maintenance department, and they support us in every way on every day. But they were so devoted to this play, just saying, call me anytime, we'll do anything for you, which they did. But first and foremost, they built the amazing set that you saw, the cathedral aspects and the puppet theater. Everything that we enjoyed tonight that really made the play stand out was contributed by Mr. Doshik and Mr. Shipman. Ms. Parsons, who's new to us this year, our drama teacher, and who has been teaching all the students drama classes throughout the year and helping on all the plays, really sort of had trial by fire here with the 8th grade play. I don't think she quite knew what she was getting into, but she's been supporting us up in the tech booth. She was actually going to be a nun, but she said, I think I better stay in the tech booth. So we might have enjoyed her on stage, but we really relied on her for technology.
It's the other side, Camden.
Oh, that's a different way. Come down and up.
She has to come down. Well, I haven't brought the medal yet. We have one of our graduates come back to help us with the microphones. Abby Lee, you can step up. Yeah, Abby. I think actually one of the 8th graders also took a hand up in the booth, and that was Matthew Breadbinner. Yeah! Don't want to forget our sterling crew tonight. So if you were a stage manager or props manager, stand forward because you deserve it. Anybody else, but so last but not least, the heart of the show, the music from The Sound of Music, Mr. Lodge.
nevertheless is here taking photographs, video recording the show, which you'll be able to enjoy in the future. Mr. Locke, thank you.
Okay, last but not least, this is a huge night because it's been many, many, many years that the 8th grade play, as you all well know, was directed by the man for whom this theater is named now, Ellis Glover. So in absentia, let's remember him. There's no way I was stepping into those shoes. I was stepping all the other shoes he wore, but I was not stepping into these shoes. And the absolute only person who could pull this off, and I mean, it was amazing. You were amazing. We'll talk about you in a minute. But let's hear it for Ms. Glazer. I don't want to steal your thunder. Or is that tomorrow night? It's always that.
Well, I just wanted to thank everyone on behalf of the class. Yeah, I just make fun of how I say things. On behalf of the class, I wanted to thank everyone involved, Mr. Locke, Mr. Crook, Ms. Glazer, the maintenance crew, Ms. Parsons, of course, Nico. I mean, everybody played such a good big part in making this a success for us, and I mean, from what it sounded like, the crowd loved it. Am I right? So, thank you all for coming. Ms. Glazer, thank you so much for helping us.
My pleasure, my honor.
This has been so much fun, so thank you.
They've heard me say it many times this year, but it is true, so I'll say it again, that Mr. Glover's greatest regret about retiring when he did was that he was not going to see this class through the end of their 8th grade year. And he's still with you, and he'll be here, I'm sure, at certain points, which I shall not mention. But his loss was my gain. I could not ask for a more fantastic, enthusiastic, positive attitude, talented group of students, and you can tell they love each other, and that makes us so happy to watch them up there, encouraging each other, teasing each other, but mostly loving each other and supporting each other, and that's what this is really all about. And for you to get on this stage tonight after this huge break and to do what you did was a tremendous accomplishment. And I don't know whether you'll ever experience anything like it again in your life, but you had it here, and it was awesome, and thank you for sharing it with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, my children have prepared some entertainment for you.
And up in the nursery, an absurd little bird is popping out to say cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Regretfully they tell us, but firmly they compel us to say goodbye to you. So long, farewell, I'll lead us saying goodnight. So long, farewell, I'll lead us saying adieu, 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 to you, adieu, adieu. So long, farewell, au revoir, we to say. I'd like to stay and taste my first champagne. Yes?
No.
So long, farewell, I'll be to say goodbye. I'll leave and leave a sign saying goodbye, So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.